This is A Tale of Paper, and you're going to talk about the basic movement that you're given to complete the game, as well as glitched movement that you might want to use if you're interested in exploring the environments in unintended ways, or if you're interested in speedrunning the game. Right, so the first thing you need to know is that when you are standing still, the game will not accept quick inputs. So you might be standing there on a ledge and trying to reposition yourself, and nothing happens, and this is why. So it'll start to register your stick movement when it's been held down for a slight period of time. You can, of course, walk, and your movement speed is based on how far your directional stick is pressed. So for faster movement, you want to make sure that it is at full lock, left to right. You can go up and down any direction, but this is a left to right side scroller for the most part. Alright, so pretty good. But the game also gives you a sprint button so that you can run faster. There are times when you're playing where you might think you're sprinting because you're holding the stick and holding down the sprint button, but the game just doesn't register sprint for some reason. And so one of the visual cues you can use to see if you are running or sprinting is to look at your little guy's two glowing antennas. And when he's walking, they kind of wig-wag up and down at alternating positions. When you're sprinting, they bounce up and down in unison. Alright, so let's talk about jumping. This is a platformer, so the game gives you jumps. Not bad if you tap it. Sometimes you get a little bit of a shorter jump. You press and hold, and sometimes it's a little bit higher. You can jump and change your position while in the air, or as you're going up and falling. And this is how much distance you get from a standing jump. You can hold sprint while standing and jump, and you get a little bit extra distance. But to really get the most distance out of a jump, you want to sprint and be moving forward a little bit before you jump. And that's what you start the game with. And as you go through the game, you will learn new abilities to change your shape. And as you change your shape, these give you new abilities. You can turn into a frog, a paper ball, a paper airplane, a paper bird, and a paper rocket. So at this point, we're looking at the rooftops level, so spoiler, we go outside. But at this point I have the frog ability and the paper ball ability, so we're going to talk about those. The frog, as you might expect, is for jumping, but you cannot move in any direction while in your frog form. So here is a normal jump compared to a frog jump. Here is your standing jump distance compared to a frog jump distance, so not much better. And since you can't sprint or move as a frog, there's really no benefit. You can quickly change into frog and then jump, and you get a little bit extra distance. Not a whole lot. Obviously, tap square to go in, tap square to go out. Ball, like the frog, you're standing still, you do not move at all. If you are moving and then change into a ball, you carry some of your momentum forward. And then sprinting, you carry some as well with a little bit more speed, but Neither of those are as fast as just walking or sprinting. If you are in something that has a little bit of an incline, you will roll off as you would expect. And that's about it for the basic movement. So let's get into the glitched movement. First one I want to show you is that you can store jumps while in a different state, if in a different form. So here, you go into a ball and go out, you just stand there, no big deal. If you go into a ball and tap X for jump, nothing happens, right? But when you come out of the ball, you jump. It stores that jump until you come out of your state. So, pretty cool. Obviously not any higher than jumping on its own. Now, when we do this in the frog state, I'll show you. We'll compare the jump heights real quick. Jump, standard jump, frog jump, and then this is what we call a super jump. You go into the frog pose, and you use the storing jump, the jump storing, to basically add on the height of a standard jump on top of your frog jump. So you can get this by going into frog pose and mashing square and X at the same time. That works well. And if you hit X slightly before square, it still works as well, because you're still in the frog state, you're getting the jump, and then it is releasing the stored jump. So if you're trying this and it's not working for you, it's possible that you are hitting square before X, in which case it's not getting that jump input before you come out of the pose, or you're either doing it too slow. So if you try and do it while you are kind of high in your jump or on the way down, it will not work. So the easiest thing to do is just to mash them at the same time, or make sure that you just very quickly get your X and then your square. Alright, so we're going to combine some of these a little bit more. So your ball pose, stored jump, gives you a little bit of height. If you jump, go into ball, get your stored jump, and then come out of the ball, you get a little bit of a boost as well. That's because the ball carries your momentum in the direction that you're going. So you can actually just jump and spam ball, and you get a little bit of a height boost. You can see that I get as high as that little thing coming out of the side of the wall of the shed. But that's really not any more height than you get from just a normal frog jump, so neat, but not useful. Now, if you combine the frog jump and ball, you can start to chain your jumps together. So we call it chain jumping. And the easiest way to do it is just to spam your thumb across all four buttons. Alright, so you can get a lot of height with that, but you can also travel across gaps and with height. Alright, and we're going to talk about the paper airplane real quick and why I don't get it, why I don't grab this ability when I'm playing through on a speedrun. Alright, now we can press circle and turn into an airplane. Pretty cool. This is the intended way to go across this level. You jump, hold airplane, hold your circle, and you can drift forwards while slowly falling. So the problem with that is that if you were trying to chain jump, you can see that when you're rolling your fingers across, you're hitting the circle, and that is interrupting the other good states that make chain jumping possible. It's possible to hit just the three, the X, square, and triangle, without hitting circle, but it's really more cumbersome, and you don't want to like accidentally hit it while you're over a gap. So that's why I don't get airplane for this level. Alright guys, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thanks.